What's going on, guys? Mac here, back from a very long small four day vacation. Very long. It was we did a fishing trip for redfish. In case you guys didn't know, redfish is delicious fish, and you should, if you haven't tried it or haven't tried cooking it yourself, try doing wild caught. It tastes even better than the farm raised that you get at the normal grocery store. And the fight they put on a fishing pole once they get hold to your bait and hooked in the mouth, it's unbelievable. Especially good bull red, which is, I think, over 27 inches or above. Now let me tell you, we worked for this fish. It was, first off, we went all the way down to some small fishing town down in Louisiana, which was like a 8.5 hour drive. All right. And then we fished for 2 days and then came back through all that stuff. So another 8.5 hours. Each morning we'd get up at 4:30 in the morning, get ready, be at the dock by 5:15, fish till we basically caught our limit. Be back, a little bit before lunch, right around lunchtime, depending on how fast we were catching those fish. And the first day was absolutely beautiful. It was great weather. There was little to no wind, besides the bugs. Okay, the bugs are monsters out there. They'll take you away. They'll eat you alive. But the first day, absolutely great weather. Little overcast, no rain, hardly any wind. I mean, a very light breeze. Not bad. The fish were biting. They were real good. The last day, now that was a day we worked for. Let me tell you, it rained the whole time there. Now, when you're going 50 miles per hour down a lake or one of those bayou coves, oh man, that rain stings like a bitch. And the waves and the wind was up. It was basically one of those days where I was surprised the captain even wanted us to go fishing. But of course, he wanted that money, so of course he would want to go fishing and whatnot. But let me tell you, it was that second day was a hard pressed one. It was a hard press. I'm glad we did it though. I'm glad we stuck it out because we caught our limit both days. A few sheep heads. My mother caught a black tip shark. That was a surprise. It was a pretty cool fishing trip. It was a fun fishing trip. But let me tell you, I am exhausted from it. We slept in this fishing place had like renter RVs. Not the most comfortable of things, let me tell you, especially obviously they're not going to put high-end beds in them, but dang, it was basically like sleeping on it hurt, basically. I was ready to get out of there by the second day. I was ready to go sleep in my own bed. But overall, it was a fun trip. It was a long trip, let me tell you. It was a long trip. Now, if you're going down to that part of Louisiana just to fish, be prepared. Once you get back, because all the captains like to be in before 1, okay? Understandable. I mean, you don't want to be out in the water all day. Especially if you catch your limits. I mean, you can't do anything if you catch your limit. I mean, it is what it is. You can't catch any more fish if you catch your limit, especially if you're hunting for a specific fish like we were, which were redfish. Which in Louisiana is a great limit compared to some of the other states I've seen. Some of the other states may let you have 1 red per day, but Louisiana lets you have 5 reds per day, 1 bull each person, right? A bull is a fish that's over 27 inches, right? And we caught about total over the 2 days. We caught 4 bulls, or 4 of us fishing. I caught a bull. My mother caught a bull. Yeah, we all caught a bull. Every one of us caught a bull. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, catching a bull of redfish. But we also caught some good sheephead, good sized sheephead too. Those are, quite personally, my father, he disagrees with me. He likes catching the redfish. He likes catching the redfish. I personally like catching sheephead. Those are kind of fun fish for me to catch. I don't know why, but I'll eat them both. But when it comes to catching them, I prefer sheephead. I don't know why. It's just something about the fish that interests me more. Maybe it's the weird ass teeth they have. But But yeah, it was an overall fun trip. Let me tell you, if you guys haven't done like a fishing excursion like that, I would highly recommend it. Go ahead and plan yourself a little adventure like that, because we're over there talking. Me and my father were talking, and we were already starting to plan other kinds of trips, right? Well, we already got one possible planned trip. I'm not holding my breath on it. I'm holding out for it, but I'm not saying that that's 100% set in stone yet. Okay, we got a possible badass elk hunting trip. Don't know if that's 100% yet, but we were planning on some other trips. You know, some duck hunting trips. You know, because I was telling them, it's like, for me, the hunting and the fishing and things of that nature, and I was trying to tell my wife this, for me, it's not like the actual getting the animal. Granted, that's the cherry on top, honestly. For me, it's the actual experience. You're feeling that country. You're feeling that side of, you know, something you're not used to, or woods you're not used to seeing, or waters you're not used to being on. Because I grew up on a lake, so I'm very familiar with being on water. I grew up around the same hunting area for years and years. I'm very familiar with the hunting. So just going out there and experiencing different kinds, or different ways of hunting, different methodologies, different hunting of animals and stuff is pretty cool, right? To me anyways. And it's an adventure, because for me, to feel a place, to feel a new land, a new foreign land. And this is funny. This is really funny. This is really funny, because I'm gonna say some bad mouth. I'm gonna say some bad things about a certain famous city in that state that it's not my cup of tea. But for me to feel the true like experience of a new country or a new state or things of that nature, you got to feel two things. Okay, you got to feel two things. One is the country on your feet. You got to feel that country on your feet, that wilderness, that wildness. You got to feel it. And the two, you got to feel the city, because honestly, the city also make up the people of the states and stuff. So you got to feel the city. You got to experience the city. You got to look at the rich heritage of the cities and the culture, things of that nature. Now, I will say this: don't go to New Orleans. Okay. Now, the locals, we were at the small fishing area we were at. They were saying, don't go to New Orleans. Don't go to New Orleans. You stay out of New Orleans. Don't go to New Orleans. And we thought it was like how we do here in Georgia. It was like when people say, you from Atlanta? Hell no, we ain't from Atlanta. Okay? We thought that was that situation. It's because you live there, you see it all the time. It's like, it ain't nothing fucking special. Why you even want to go there? We got up that last morning. We all got up a little early, so that way we can, get up, get everything packed up. And then we were going to go enjoy a nice little breakfast in New Orleans. And then walk up the streets for a few, sightseeing, maybe get a few souvenirs, whatnot. Because it's New Orleans. You see it all the time. Mardi Gras, all these wonderful celebrations. And it's like a historical type city. We didn't even get out of the vehicle, guys. Now, I understand it may have been like a weird, there was a celebration going on the night before, but I don't know. It kind of just left a bad taste in my mouth. Maybe, and they were cleaning up the streets, obviously. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just because of this one celebration that was going on. It was Pride Week, okay? Blah, whatever. Pride Week. Blah. But for some odd reason, it was just incredibly disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe if you're into that party lifestyle, that where you drink, stay up till like 2 or 3 a.m., pass out, then wake up at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, maybe that's a good place for you. But if you want to get like up in the morning and enjoy a good breakfast and stuff like that, I would not recommend going there. I mean, that honestly, it was a great disappointment. And we even went down the main streets that were the famous main streets and stuff, down throughout downtown and stuff. And I'm not saying bad things about people who live in New Orleans, but for me personally, this is just my personal opinion. You can take it or leave it, right? But for me personally, I just didn't feel like I was experiencing a good heritage. I felt like I was experiencing trash. I'm not gonna lie. Not to say the rest of Louisiana is a bad state. Don't get me wrong, it's a damn swamp. But the fishing's great. I love the countryside. It is a wonderful countryside. Granted, the mosquitoes could probably carry me away. Well, the mosquitoes alone will carry your ass away. But it is a great experience. The people there are nice. You know, the country people there are nice. It's just New Orleans itself, for some odd reason. If I had to recommend somebody visiting an American city that was from a foreign country, I would not recommend New Orleans. I'm sorry, but I don't really want. I could care less of going back there, honestly. I'm not a Mardi Gras fan, I'm not a partier fan, so I could honestly care less of going back there. That's just my personal opinion. You know, that's just from my experience, from this one experience. I'm trying not to judge completely on it, but it honestly was disappointing enough to where it left a bad impression on me. Now, of course, like I said, it's probably because they just got done with the party and stuff, things of that nature. But damn, that was it's disappointing. Is what it was. I'm not gonna lie, it was very disappointing to me. I did not enjoy it. Maybe going to maybe Baton Rouge would have been more our speed, but New Orleans, the family and I will probably never go there again willingly. I'm sorry, but sorry to those who live there. It's just not my cup of tea personally. Hey, sorry. It's not like your state's bad. It's just I don't like that city at all. Of course, you guys can say the same thing about Atlanta or Augusta or Savannah, all the other damn major cities here in Georgia that are famous and stuff that I like to avoid because I'm not a city person. I've always been a country boy, so I avoid cities to begin with. So cities I try to avoid. Cities I just avoid anyways. But it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to continue on with that because even though there may be some people from New Orleans listening who take great pride in their city, and if you take great pride in your city, that's all. Fuck what I say, right? I mean, I take great pride where I live. If you may think it's a bum ass country town. I don't care what you think. I take great pride in it. I enjoy this country. I'm country all the way, right? If you take great pride in your city, take great pride in it. I don't have a problem with it. Damn. Me personally, I'm going to avoid it. So, overall, this was a great trip. It was a very long trip. It was a very working trip, honestly. I mean, and also, once you get done fishing, if you caught your limit before 11 or sooner than that, depending on how the fish are biting, or maybe you guys come back at 1, be prepared. There's not a lot to do in these small fishing towns often, right? So you're gonna get some good sleep. Your back's just gonna hurt like hell the next morning, the next few days, all right? Because them cots are not gonna be good unless you stay like at a Holiday Inn or some shit like that, all right? So to recap, we caught our limit. We caught our limit of redfish, which is a great fighting fish. We even caught like 20 or so sheephead, which are some fish I enjoyed catching. Overall, we had a wonderful time. It was actually quite cool to drive through some of the other states, you know, because I've never actually drove through Mississippi or Alabama like completely like that before. Heck, I've never even been to Louisiana personally. So it was pretty cool, you know, seeing more of the other southern states besides the ones I'm familiar with, which is North Carolina, been parts of Kentucky, South Carolina, Florida, things of that nature. So it was really cool to see Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. Of course, we just drove straight to. Now, from where we're at, it was basically 4 fucking roads to this small town. To the small fishing town. Okay, just 4 towns. That is one hell of just straight interstate roads. I think we went on 85, then like 65, and then 10. Those are the 3 major interstates. You stayed on them for about like 3-4 hours, so driving straight through some of the major cities of each one of these states. So yeah, it was a good trip, but I'm glad to be home. Tired, still tired. I'm honestly glad to be going back to work, trying to finish things up. And yeah, so I'm back, baby. I'm back. And I'm gonna let you guys go, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And if you guys have a cool vacation idea for the family and I to share, or a cool little adventure for the family and I to share, why don't you guys go ahead and give me a comment down below. And while you're at it, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe, and look forward to the next video. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And as always,